Alrighty. So it has been a very, very long time since I've ever really attempted to do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do my brows first. Just because every day when I go to work or wherever, that's the main thing people always ask me, and it's the first thing I do before I do anything else on my face. Now I have already prepped my skin with a moisturizer, an eye cream, and my lips with a lip moisturizer from Laneige. And here we go. Let's see how this goes. So first things first, what I'm going to do that I typically do, usually I'll either use my Anastasia Dip Brow in Auburn to line my eyebrows. If I don't, because normally I prefer to use my Brow Wiz, which I've been out of for a hot second, but they had a special on them this past week at my work, so I went ahead and I bought two. So now I'm good for a little minute. So first things first that I'd like to explain, a lot of people typically don't know about brow mapping. Now what that is where you see where your brow should theoretically go. So whenever you're doing this at home, you take a pencil, take a lip liner, whatever you have, that's like this. What you'll do straight up from here is theoretically where your eyebrow should start. From the tip of the nose through the cornea is typically, make sure I got it right, typically where your arch should be. From the end of the nose to here is typically where your eyebrow should end. Now, of course, those are just typical guidelines that you can go by, not necessarily that you have to stick to. Like I always tell people, when it comes to makeup, makeup is art, it's creative. You do what you like because you like it. Now, of course, there are certain things like, I would recommend having your foundation, be 3 shades darker or lighter than what you naturally are, unless you blend it out, no one can really tell. But otherwise, you are pretty much free range. You have fun with it. Don't necessarily have to stick to like what everyone tells you to do. I know I typically don't. So, what you're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and line. Now I'll start from the front, and I usually follow it straight back. Hope you guys can see still. Okay, cool. Okay, so I usually follow it back. I always accentuate my tail of my eyebrow. Sorry, I keep scratching right here. I have like cat hair or dog hair that's kind of right there and I can't get it out or off. Anyways, so once I finish lining and everything, I'll usually go up through and just lightly brush it. The key thing to remember is don't be very heavy-handed with this, because if you are, you will take off a lot of the product you just put into your brow, and then it's a waste. Next, I'm going to use my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And the reason why I use this is so that whenever I put in some powder, it's going to grab right to it and make it look more natural. Okay. Now that I've got it coated, I'm going to take my Secret that I normally do. So I use the Too Faced, gotta get the camera angle, So I use the Too Faced Peachy Mattes. Reason being, they have a shade in it called Peach Cobbler that I've just about completely emptied. That is my absolute favorite to use because it makes it look just like my brows. Now, of course, you can use like eyeshadow powder that are in other products, or you can shadow just depending on what you like to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my angled brush, get some product, and then I'll go back through and I will start filling it in where it may look a little sparse. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back through to where I need to fill in just a little bit right in there. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some concealer. And a lot of people like to 1 to 2 shades lighter than the skin tone. Me, I'm very pale. I can't really get much lighter than what I already am, so I just use what matches my skin tone basically. And I'm using the Huda Beauty concealer right now. That's what I'm using. And then I'll go through and I'll go underneath and start lining it just so it can be more defined. Then I'll just go back through and kind of blend it in to match my skin tone. And then I'll go back and do right in here. Okay. Now I want to go back right in here and just define this a little bit more.